the world's first storytelling machine. Luka Doncic got 2 technicals last night on his way to getting ejected with only 31 seconds left. The Mavericks' 111-99 loss to the Kings. Luka now has 15 technical fouls on the season, just one shy of receiving an automatic suspension. And after the game, Luka told reporters, quote, "Don't worry, I won't get another one." Shannon, what is going on with Luka, your guy, Luka?
Skip, Luka is getting Americanized because he's saying the things that American players, hell no. And, they say that when they call foul on him and they say, and one. So, Luka is like, you know what, I've been in America long enough. Let me get hip with the lingo and start laying it on him. And the ref told him, say, Luka, you can't say that. And he's basically saying, Luka is feeling, like, hold on. I'm LeBron. I'm KD. I'm at that level now, and I should be getting calls according to that level. Don't look at me as a third-year player. Look at me as a franchise superstar player. Franchise superstar altering players get those calls. I want to receive those calls, and I don't think I'm getting them. And so he's voicing his displeasure. Now, that last one, he did lean into the guy. I mean, Skip, he dislodged the guy from the spot. I don't know what he wants with that, but I do think sometimes, look, the game would be like 4 hours if they call every single foul a superstar. Every time a superstar got touched, he got foul, Skip. So obviously, but Luka doesn't feel that he gets the level of treatment that, say, a LeBron, a KD, James Harden, or Giannis, or some of these elite level players receive. And he doesn't understand why when he's putting up very similar numbers and he's a superstar in the same category. So he's going to have to be careful because the thing is, Skip, the more you gripe, officials talk. You know what I'm saying, Skip? And they watch tape and they're like, hold on, bro. Because when you start crying wolf, that was a foul. They go back and look at the video and it's like, ain't nobody touched him. So now you make it harder on yourself and easier for them not to call fouls when there is a foul. So Luka, just take it down a notch. I get it. But I don't want you to be in a situation where you become, like Rasheed Wallace, and as soon as you say something to you, they tee him up. Or Dwight Howard. Skip, Dwight Howard can't even look at the official. They go to him and Boogie Cousins because they got Boogie again the other night. So I don't want Luka to go down that path, but he just feels that as a superstar, Skip, he should get a certain level of respect that he doesn't feel he's getting right now. But he's one more take away, Skip, and he's going to miss a game. And that's the last thing you'd want him to do when you're fighting for your playoff life.
So, Shannon Sharp, you grew up loving as your favorite player Larry Bird.
Larry Joe.
And now you have fallen in love with Luka, and you continue to call Luka Baby Bird.
He is.
Right?
You see it.
And I'm here to tell you that Luka is closer to Big Bird than he is to Larry Bird.
No,
yes, Big Bird than Larry Bird. Because I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing the opposite of everything I loved and respected about Larry Bird. So what was happening last night? Once again, he's going 1 for 7 from 3. He is a high-volume three-point shooter, and he's a pretty terrible three-point shooter. He's now down to 35.3% for the year. That ranks 122nd of a qualified 159. So you're getting down to the dregs of the earth in three-point shooting. This was, I remind everybody, this was the preseason favorite for MVP in the NBA. From the free throw line, not that this pertained last night, but he's 72.8%, which is barely above LeBron. It ranks 88th of 110. Dallas is now 7-6 in its last 13, but worse, Dallas and the Lakers are now tied at home with 17-15 records, and they're tied in the standings, as you know, as they both try to avoid the play-in tournament that neither has any use for, and they don't have any use for it because they might be in it.
Right.
Okay. So here's my problem with Luka, and I know he's still a very young player and a very young man, but he did play 6 years of professional basketball in Europe, so he's mature, you would think, for his age. He is the whiniest crybaby in the league, and no, it's not even close. He whines after and begs after every single call. He turns to the refs like, how dare you do it to me?
Yeah.
Like you said, he's arrived. How dare you do that to me? Do you know who I am? Right?
Yeah.
That's what I see every play, every game until I can't watch it anymore. And his body language, when they fall behind to some Sacramento at home, they only scored 99 points at home to Sacramento.
Yep.
And I told you, Sacramento just a few nights back had suffered its worst home loss in the history of its franchise to Utah. So there's no De'Aaron Fox. There's no Harrison Barnes. So in this case, what are you doing scoring 99 points against Sacramento? So his frustration is past the boiling point, right? Because it's all on his shoulders to carry them to home wins, and they fell to 17 and 15 at home. So what happened on the first one, as you point out, he, as the referee said, the crew chief, Rodney Mott, said after the game to the pool reporter, the first technical foul was called after a correct offensive foul call. And in transition, he runs past me and he screams, "Hell no," and shakes his fists at me. And he says, which is a disrespectful response to a referee. That's unsportsmanlike. And can you argue that? You just can't do that.
You can't. That's the first rate. You can't show the official up, Skip.
No, especially if you shake your fists at him. No, not that it's threatening, because nobody's threatened by Luka.
Right.
But okay, so then the second one, the game's completely out of hand. You've fallen down 13 to Sacramento at home. It's 31.8 seconds left, and instead of just bouncing the ball to the referee, he throws it to the other end of the floor. And Rodney Mott, the crew chief, says, we had a timeout, and he takes the ball, and he doesn't throw it to the nearest official. He throws the ball the length of the court, which makes it an unsportsmanlike act. Well, that's not as bad as hell no and shaking your fist. But given what was happening at that point, they just finally said, okay, that's enough. You're gone.
Skip,
I think he wanted to be gone.
Hey, well, obviously. But, Skip, anytime you can't throw, they call a foul, you can't throw the ball up in the air. You can't throw the ball into the extension. Skip, I saw J.J. Redick spunt the ball to a guy. They called a tech notice. So, basically, just hand them the ball. Okay. Because in their feelings.
And what did young Shannon Sharp often do when he was losing one-on-one basketball games? Out in the driveway to his big brother.
Throw the ball in the woods.
Throw it in the woods. Yeah. Where he has to go look for it, or somebody has to go look for it. And that's a technical foul. Right?
Well, my grandma would say, boy, take your you-know-what back and get that ball. Right. But, Skip, Skip, you have to understand. Luka sees, and the way we've talking about Luka, and for the most part, Skip, I think we put Luka in the category with Giannis, with KD and LeBron and all these upper-level guys. And he says, well, they would get those calls. Or if they did the exact same thing I did, you wouldn't call an offensive foul on them. And so he's like, well, hold on. I'm supposed to be getting preferential treatment, not deferential treatment. And so that's how he's looking at it. Now, Rick Carlisle says, I received 4 technical fouls this year.
And they're all from the same guy.
All from the same guy. Well, I guess you need to behave yourself when this subject, when this teacher's in. Because he's on the short view. But Rick, why you getting thrown out this late in the ball game? It's over. If you wait just 30 seconds, you'll be able to go to the locker room. I get what Luka, but like I said, that second technical foul, Skip, with 31 seconds, I don't know what he's trying. Sometimes coaches get thrown out in the ball game, Skip. They're trying to send a message to the team. Well, hell, you losing by 13, 14 points with 30 seconds. The message has already been sent. Y'all didn't play well tonight. Y'all gonna catch this L. But Luka's gonna have to take it down a notch, Skip.
What I dislike the most about Luka is late in these games, especially at home, his body language toward his teammates it's unacceptable because everything it reeks of. I don't want to be associated with you guys. It's negative body language to a fault. If you're the leader, if you're the next Larry Bird, you obviously have to keep your chin up and say, we got a shot here, right? Yeah. And it's just, maybe it's young player, but he's been around enough to be better than that.
But you saw what he did the other night. Only 4 other players have ever done this, Skip. Had a 30-point, 20-assist, triple-double. Oscar, Magic, Russ, and now Baby Bird.
And they're on the verge of being in the play-in tournament, just like LeBron's Lakers.
But he's going to be in the playoffs. That's still playoffs. Play-in, playoffs. It doesn't matter.
Well, they might be playing out.
Look. Well, if he gets suspended for a game, they definitely going to be on the play-out. But he's going to have to take it down a notch.
To your point, he is now on the referee's hit list because he's tried to show him up so many times with all of his whining. They're just saying, okay, boom, boom, boom. We'll stop that.
You can't throw the ball to the end of the court. With the official standing right there, how you going to throw the ball?
Okay, way to go.
Hard to get away with from that. Okay, we're going to move away from Luka for now and get back to this. Did the NFL draft help or hurt Tom Brady's chance to repeat? Skip and Shannon have